Hello and welcome to the Pennsylvania Association for College Admission Counseling College Fair. We are so excited to have you participating in this event. I'm Jennifer, your facilitator today. We have some fantastic schools with us, and I'm excited for you to learn a little bit about all of them, which we'll do in just a minute. But I have a few housekeeping announcements as we get started. Your camera and microphone are off, so the panelists cannot see or hear you. However, you can use the Q&A button on your screen to type your questions to our presenters at any time. You can leave a question for all of our representatives to answer about their respective schools, or you can direct your questions to a specific representative or representatives by including the name of their schools in with your question, so they'll know that you want to hear from them. This is just one of many different sessions that are happening for Pennsylvania students. We hope you are signed up for other sessions, but you still can sign up. So check out the schedule on the same website where you signed up for this event, and you'll be able to see all of the programming coming up to join in. Also, this session, like all sessions, are being recorded. The presentations are going to be available in the coming days at the same website where you register. You can see that website on your screen, strivescan.com/Pennsylvania. All right, well, I am very excited to turn it over to our very first school. We're going to be starting off tonight with Keystone College.
All right, thank you. Well, my name is Haley. I'm an admissions counselor at Keystone, and I just want to take some time to talk about us. So just some quick facts first. We were founded in 1868, and we're a smaller school. You could see we have average class sizes about 13 students, and overall we have 1,300 students on campus. 96% of our students do receive financial aid, and biggest note is we are the lowest tuition of all private colleges in our region. Our campus has a spacious 276 acres of woodland areas right in our backyard. So it has hiking trails, streams, meadows, pond, and a nature preserve right in our backyard, which is just a cool piece of history about Keystone. So we also have 40 academic programs, and that list is actually growing between our Turok School of Arts and Sciences and our School of Professional Studies. So this is just a condensed list of the popular majors in both of those schools. And at Keystone, we do have an undeclared major. So if you had, you didn't decide on what you wanted to major in yet, but you just knew you wanted to go and get a college education, you can come to Keystone as undeclared. And for your first year, you have a specific academic advisor that works with you to determine what degree you're going to finish with after your 4 years at Keystone. And like I said, this is a condensed list. So a full list of our majors is up on our website. Just a little bit more about academics. I said with those small class sizes, you're able to get personalized attention from your professors at Keystone. Your professors want to get to know you and where you want to go after graduation. And you're also learning from those same professors that have experiences in wide varieties in their field. So they're able to share their experiences while you are learning from the class book, the classroom courses information. And also we have the personalized advising on campus, as well as our career counseling center. They help students with everything with like resume writing, mock interviews, all of that stuff to help you, succeed after graduation. And there's also opportunities at Keystone for real world experience outside of the classroom through internship and research opportunities. So just some resources and support that we have for our students on campus. We have a lot of support that we want our students to succeed after graduation, as a student here, so that they can find a job successfully after graduation. We have tutoring and writing support on campus, career services, which I talked about, disability services, counseling wellbeing services, and we do have a lot of support for first generation students. We know the college process can be kind of confusing if you've never gone through it. So we've helped students who are their first to go off to college, which is also exciting for their families. So we have all of that support on campus for our students to succeed. Student life. So just another aspect of what you can do at Keystone, how you're able to meet other people and get to know everybody that's on campus. We have 30+ clubs and organizations on campus. We have 18 varsity sports, and we are Division III for athletics. Our campus has accumulated to over 25,000 hours of community service hours. And we do have a performance music program on campus, which has 10 instrumental and vocal ensembles. And all of this has opportunities for students to gain leadership experiences, and that stuff is great to put on applications for graduate programs and for jobs after college. So just quickly, our admissions timeline, we've kind of made this process really easy for our students because we do understand that senior year can be filled with a lot of different stuff. So first you would apply to Keystone. We have a free application that's on our website, and we also do accept the Common App. After that, we only require your high school transcripts after your application. You can submit any supplement materials. So that would be if you took an SAT or an ACT, a letter of recommendation, or a public personal statement, anything like that. We accept those. They are not required though. All we require is your high school transcript. So after we received your complete application, you would receive an admissions decision from us and a potential merit scholarship. That is based off of your GPA. If you do send in any test scores, they could only help you, go up to the next bracket of merit scholarships. They would never hurt whatever merit scholarship you did receive based off of your GPA. And then after that, you file your FAFSA so you can see what financial aid you were eligible for and what the bottom line cost to be to come to Keystone. And then after that, we have a lot of accepted student days on campus in the spring to invite you to come check out campus as you're making your final choices on colleges. You can come see campus with other students that are either decided they're coming to Keystone, or they're still deciding what college they want to go to. Or we invite you to come for a campus visit. We have a lot of Saturday events, open houses, or even personal tours during the week if you wanted to come check out our campus and see if we are a good fit for you. And then last, pay your deposit, which secures your place on campus. And we require that by May 1st to guarantee housing. So last, I just have contact information for us at the office. You can see we're kind of split up between territories. So if you see your territory here, that's who you'd be working with. All of our contact information is there with our emails. And also I want to point out Courtney Tyler, who is our freshman coordinator. She's been great on campus. So that's another support that you're going to have as a student at Keystone. She's somebody that works with you your first year just to make sure you get acclimated to college life. So our website is there, our admissions email is there, and then our phone number. So if you have any questions, just feel free to reach out and enjoy the rest of your time here, guys.
Sorry about that, everybody. Even this many months in Zoom, sometimes we don't unmute. All right. Thank you, Haley, so much for presenting on Keystone College and for starting off tonight as our first presenter. We are moving on to our second school, and we're going to hear from Marymount Manhattan College.
All right, so let me go ahead and share my screen. All right, so we'll get started. So firstly, Marymount Manhattan College. First thing to point out is that we are a small liberal arts school located right in the heart of Manhattan, New York. So you'll see our front entrance right there, 221 East 71st Street. So that might not mean too much, but just in case anyone is somewhat familiar with Manhattan, we are located on the Upper East Side in Manhattan. So first, just some quick facts about Marymount Manhattan College. I always just mention that we are a smaller school, about 1,900 students. So we call ourselves a small school in the big city. What's nice about that, average class size is around 15. We cap our class sizes at 25. So really good for that kind of personalized attention there. We actually have students currently from about 49 states and 33 countries. So for a smaller school of just under 1,900 students, to have that many students from that many places is certainly something that we take pride in. We also have an 11-to-1 student to faculty ratio. So that goes a long way, not just in regards to the education standpoint, but also in terms of the internship standpoint. In terms of career opportunities, a lot of our faculty have great connections in the New York City area. Some of them still work part-time. So having that small student to faculty ratio, you're getting to know them on a first name basis and vice versa. And they're great resources in finding out what's the next step for you. So moving forward to the right-hand side, you'll see a map of Manhattan. So Marymount Manhattan College is that top blue dot. One thing I always point out, we're 4 avenues east of Central Park. So less than a 10-minute walk. Really nice to have Central Park as kind of something in your backyard. If you look a little bit further downtown, 16 blocks down is the 55th Street Residence Hall. So that's a residence hall located exactly where we are between 2nd and 3rd Avenue, 16 blocks down on 55th Street. The walk is honestly pretty simple. You're either walking up or down 2nd Avenue or 3rd Avenue, which is both just buzzing in terms of restaurants, shops, different things to do. To be honest, I make the walk almost every day to catch my train. I walk to 59th Street. So it definitely embodies our city feel. We are very very much an urban college campus, and that walk definitely exemplifies kind of who we are. We are one within the city. One thing I want to point out with the 55th Street Residence Hall is that it is a 32-story high-rise right now, one of the tallest residence halls in the country, and all the dorms are apartment style, meaning all the apartments will come with its own bathroom, living area, and kitchen as well. If you look further downtown in the East Village neighborhood, you'll see the Cooper Square Residence Hall, which is our second residence hall. And that one, you just take the 6 train right up to 68th Street, which is a City College stop about 4 blocks away. In total, door to door, it's about a 20-minute commute. So students kind of like that they have the ability to kind of live and see in 2 different parts of Manhattan while never being no longer than 20 minutes away. Down in the East Village is a little bit younger, a little bit more college town friendly, a little livelier. So students like that they have, you know, possibly the opportunity to live in 2 different parts of Manhattan. In terms of our academics, majors and minors, so we separate those into our 5 different academic divisions. So we'll have our business division, humanities and social sciences, our natural sciences, fine and performing arts, and then our communication arts as well. What I will say is that currently about 60 to 65% of our students either have a double major, a minor, or a double minor. So tons of different options flexibility wise to explore different interests. Some of our most popular majors include our theater major, our communication arts major, our dance major, our business major, more specifically in the creative realms like fashion marketing, business media, and arts management. And then we have your traditional majors like your biology major. We have a pre-law track. We actually have a speech pathology and audiology program. We have a psychology program that's super popular. So whatever you want to pursue, most of the time we'll likely have it. City Edge. So being that we are in New York City, we make sure to use the city as much as we can, sort of like our campus. So in addition to just kind of being in the city and that networking that happens naturally, City Edge is basically our token program called College to Career in the heart of New York City. Really what it focuses on is getting you as much real world experience throughout your time in New York as possible. So we have specific City Edge courses that are aimed to get our students out and about throughout the city. Some of our international studies students are taking their courses at the United Nations. Some of our photography students are taking courses at a professional photography institute located near Bryant Park. And then some of our theater and our dance students, for example, are taking courses at professional theaters and studios across New York City. So really making sure that we use New York City to our advantage. So in terms of just application deadlines, you'll see we have early decision, early action, and regular decision. Early decision is a binding admissions agreement, really only if MMC is your absolute top choice. You'll see that the enrollment deadline is February 15th. And then we have early action, probably our most popular. You get your decision a little bit earlier, right before the holidays there. And then your enrollment deadline for the fall semester wouldn't be due until May 1st. And then finally, regular decision, our most flexible enrolling admissions, and that is due May 1st as well. You'll see just average first year GPA, about a 3.6, and we are SAT and ACT optional. You'll see the application requirements there, which I won't get into too much detail. In terms of cost to attend MMC, so the total cost for a student living in the residence halls, this tuition plus room and board is right around $57,000 per year. Tuition and fees is just under $37,400. Room and board is just under $18,900. Bring the total cost again for a student living in the residence halls to right around $57,000 per year, just around there. So it still makes us one of the more affordable private schools located right in the New York City area. You'll see that academic scholarships for first year students range up to $18,000, for transfer students up to $13,000. And there are talent scholarships available for art, dance, and theater students as well. And that is our main contact information there. So definitely feel free to take advantage of our fee waiver code if you are filling out the Common App. If you are filling out a regular application or an MMC application, certainly send us an email. We could go ahead and waive that fee. And please feel free to reach out to us at any time using our contact information below, and you will be assigned your own admission counselor.
Thank you so much, Gregory, for sharing Marymount Manhattan with everybody today. All right, before we head on to our third school, as Misericordia gets ready to go, I just want to remind all of our attendees today to use that Q&A box to ask questions of any of our representatives. It's a great way to personalize it or double check on something that's really important to you in what you're looking for a school. Also, our representatives will be adding their contact information to the chat or links to their websites, ways that you can follow up after. So keep an eye on that periodically so you can grab that information before you leave. All right, and now I'm going to turn it over to Misericordia University.
Hi guys, my name is Jonna McGovern. I'm the Assistant Director of Admissions at Misericordia University. I'm really excited to be here tonight alongside quite a few really great schools that I've had friends attend. So I think you guys are getting, a lot of great information. So just a little bit about Misericordia. We are located in Dallas, Pennsylvania, not Texas. Always good to clarify because I do get 1 or 2 phone calls a week hoping that we're in Texas. So I will say, at Misericordia, one of the #1 questions I've always received at these types of events is, Misericordia, how do you pronounce that school? And so I like to kind of bring all of that back to our history. We are a Sisters of Mercy institution, and Misericordia in Latin quite literally means mercy or to have compassion. And so it's definitely one of the guiding lights on our campus. It is one of our 4 charisms, which are the values that our students live by every day. That is rounded out by service, justice, and hospitality. Really, I think the history of our university as a Mercy institution is kind of what has guided us to being who we are. We were founded back in 1924 by the sisters. They originally started in Ireland. When they came over across the pond, they found their way to Pittsburgh and then over to Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania, which is a town just south of us in Dallas. So if you're looking for where we are, we're close to Wilkes-Barre and Scranton. And that us as a university, we did, like I say, we were founded by the sisters, and really their goal was to educate the women in our area who were the wives and daughters and sisters of coal miners, because they wanted to make sure if something happened to those men in the mines, those women were still able to keep the household running and to take care of their family. And so with that, I think it makes it very obvious what some of our first majors were, because back in 1924, some of the things that women could do, especially, were nursing and education. And so those 2 programs are at the heart of one of our colleges, our College of Health Sciences and Education. And so alongside the College of Health Science and Education, we've also expanded to have a College of Business and a College of Arts and Sciences. But really the guiding principle behind all of those schools is having a very hands-on nature to our education. And of course, that started with, nursing and education, like I said, where students are out in practicals, they're out in the classroom, and really, especially for education students, that starts day 1, their fall semester, freshman year, and our education students are out in the classroom, both observing and tutoring. And really those opportunities do just expand, and they exist in all of our programs. One of the, I think, important things, because a lot of you may know us as a health science school, all of those health science programs that you see apart from physician's assistant are all direct entry, which means when you're admitted into Misericordia, you're also admitted into that program and you're guaranteed a seat in those competitive cohorts. For some of those programs, that means a bachelor's degree. For others, it means a master's. And then, of course, for PT and some of our OT students, it does mean a doctorate. Now, alongside of that, I would say the College of Arts and Sciences and the College of Business are rounded out by a lot of this extra programming, because like health science programs have clinicals and education programs have classroom hours. We needed to find a way to make sure that our arts and science students and our business students were getting those same experiences to help them decide what they want to do after graduation and how they were going to carry our Mercy charisms back out into the world. So we do that. A lot of it happens through our undergraduate research fellowships. This is just one type of research opportunity at Misericordia, but it's really nice because it does give you the opportunity to do grant-funded research of your own. It's not faculty research, it's yours. They're your supporters in this. Some of the other important parts of our program that I love to highlight is our Alternative Learners program. It's been happening for 30 years at Misericordia, and really the whole sort is just to make sure that students have the resources they need, regardless of what challenges they have had, that they can be successful in the classroom. So these are some of the other programs, and I'm always happy to talk to students to teach them more about each one of them. So apart from classroom time and the things that you are going to do in class, it's also all about being able to have fun out and about. And so we are the Cougars. That does come from our athletic teams. We're a Division III university, and that comes with 26 sports, including our newest, which is esports. And so those programs, our students achieve a ton of success out in the field. Division III does mean that student comes before athlete, and so your primary focus is always going to be on the classroom, but that doesn't mean we're not competitive. Our baseball team has won 10 straight MAC championships. Our women's soccer team is currently ranked 6th in the nation, and we had all of our spring sports last year make it to at least the semifinals of the MAC tournament. So we're really proud of the things that are going on the field, but we're also really excited about the things that are happening on the rest of campus. That involves a lot of service, because like I said, that's one of our charisms. And honestly, it's the thing that's most common to all of our applicants, is that they've participated in service throughout high school. And then of course, our Cougars get kind of creative in their community, because community is a huge founding part of us. So I like to jump in and kind of go a bit through the application process. The number one part of that is that we are rolling admissions, and that the number one thing we need is your application and your transcripts. Please keep in touch with me. Like I said, I'm our assistant director, happy to organize with you any campus events that we can get you to, open houses like October 30th, or just regular visits. Thanks.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Jenna, for presenting on Misericordia and sharing with us tonight. All right, we are moving on to our next school. It will be University College, Dublin.
Thanks so much, Jennifer. Appreciate it. Amazing presentations so far. All right, so Céad Míle Fáilte, everyone. Welcome. Thank you so much for attending tonight. I am representing University College Dublin, which is located in Dublin, Ireland. So a little bit different than all of the other colleges and universities that you're hearing from this evening. My name is Chelsea Weaver, and I'm based on the West Coast, but we have an amazing regional team based across North America, and I will give you the contact details for your regional representative, who is currently located in New York, later on after the presentation. So before I talk specifically about UCD, I'd like to start with a few highlights of Dublin and Ireland. Like, why consider Ireland for college? Ireland is known as a very welcoming, safe, friendly, and beautiful country. Lonely Planet voted Ireland the world's friendliest country, and according to the Global Peace Index, Ireland is the 8th safest country in the world. Dublin ranks as one of the top 10 best student cities in the world by QS, and I think this is because Dublin is a very vibrant city. Almost half of the population is under the age of 34, so it's truly a great city for college students. It's also an accessible city in many ways. It's known to be a welcoming place, as I said. There's no visa requirement as a full-time student from the US, so none of that immigration paperwork ahead of time. It's an English-speaking country, and it's easy to travel around the country and also well connected to mainland Europe. Dublin is a modern capital city and home to over 1,200 multinational companies like Facebook, Google, Airbnb, and TikTok, and is really, really a great place for internships and then work experience after graduation as well. UCD is ranked within the top 1% of universities worldwide. We currently have approximately 19,000 undergraduate students, so we're considered kind of middle-sized, medium-sized. Nearly 30% of our student body is international. So if you're thinking of UCD and interested, you definitely won't be the only international student on campus. We're also ranked highly as a sustainable campus as well. And of course, this is something that we really take pride in. Our location, we're suburban. It's really like the perfect size. It's about 350 acres. And we're located just 3 miles south of Dublin city center. So very easy to get back and forth from the city center to campus and vice versa by bus or train. And then if you complete your degree in Ireland, you can stay in Ireland to seek employment and gain work experience for 1 year after graduation, which really is priceless in this very global world that we are living in now. Bit about our on-campus accommodation. 4,000 students currently live on campus, and we do seek to guarantee housing for incoming undergraduate international students. All students stay in a private bedroom with shared living spaces, so you will not have to share a dorm room. We have some beautiful brand new residence halls on campus as well that are unbelievable. I definitely didn't have anything like that when I was in college. Our campus is very similar to a traditional US college campus with all of the amenities that you are used to seeing, such as a swimming pool, sauna, gym, climbing wall, etc., and various student and academic support services that you would hope to find as well. We have over 130 societies and sports clubs, including a few of my favorites, most of the sports that you can possibly imagine: the International Student Society, the Harry Potter Society, and the Food Society. We have all kinds of things on campus for your convenience as well, such as a grocery store, laundry facilities, pharmacy, and a health center as well. So in Ireland, we refer to majors as courses or programs. It is common to apply directly to the course of your chosen subject, which is known as direct entry. We do not have any general education requirements, so if you want to study English and never want to take a math class again, for example, you don't have to. We offer over 70 undergraduate degree courses, which are 3 or 4 years in length, depending on the course that you choose. We offer courses in the following areas, as you can see on the screen. And if you're thinking, well, direct entry seems cool, but I'm not really sure I'm going to know what I want to focus on by the time I'm applying to college, that's okay. We also have a liberal arts and sciences program, which is our most popular program for US students, and it allows you to explore various subjects for your first year or two before you choose a major. So you're still going to graduate with the eventual major that you choose. It's just an alternative pathway into the university, and it's very unique in Europe. We are on the Common App, surprisingly, as an international university, so it's very easy to apply. Or, of course, you can apply directly as well. For one application fee, you can apply to up to 4 of our programs. For admission, we only review academics. We don't review essays, letters of recommendation, or extracurricular activities. We do have some test flexible programs for 2022 entry, and we are on the FAFSA. I know I'm wrapping up here and there's a lot of information to cover, but we do accept US federal aid, and we do have scholarships as well. That's the contact information for your regional representative, Kendall Hook. I'll put it in the chat, and thank you so much for listening and attending tonight.
Thank you so much, Chelsea, for presenting on University College Dublin. All right, we are on to our 5th school of the evening. We're going to be learning about Adelphi University.
Okay, good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us. I am Alana Dawson. I am your personal enrollment counselor, and I'm so happy to be here. So Adelphi University, we are a medium-sized liberal arts university located in Garden City, Long Island, New York. So we are a 45-minute train ride from the city. If you catch the right train, you can even take it straight to Penn Station without any transferring, which is my favorite way of getting there. Our average class size amongst all majors is 21, and our student to faculty ratio is 10-1. So if you kind of have an idea of what kind of academic environment you are looking for, maybe if you're looking for more of an intimate classroom setting where the professor will know your name, you'll feel more comfortable raising your hand, for example, then I would highly recommend an environment such as Adelphi. We really pride ourselves in making sure that each of our students has a personalized touch to their education, and we hope that you all are able to join us. As far as demographics, we have students that represent about 64 countries and 43 states. I sit on our Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Committee, and it's really interesting to see the different initiatives and action steps that we have in place to really make sure that our campus reflects the world that we live in. As a liberal arts school, the first 2 years, students have what we call general education requirement courses. The really cool thing about that is students can come in undecided and you declare your major at the end of your sophomore year. And for example, if you do start in one area and you're kind of not sure that you like that, you can absolutely change your major, and it's very easy to do within the first 2 years. Our College of Arts and Sciences offers our broadest variety of majors, from biology, chemistry, computer science, exercise science, as well as performing arts such as theater design, and dance. You do have to submit a portfolio or audition for review. Under our College of Education and Health Sciences, we have communication sciences and disorders for anyone interested in being a speech pathologist, for example. And we also have our Scholar Teacher Education program, which is a condensed program where students earn both their bachelor's and their master's in 5 years. Our College of Nursing is direct entry, so students can apply as a nursing major, and day one, you are a nursing major, and we have simulation labs on campus with mannequins that bleed, sweat, and give birth. And in our School of Psychology, we have neuroscience, which is a blend between psychology and biology, as well as an accelerated general psychology program to earn your bachelor's and your master's. The Robert B. Williamstad School of Business is AACSB accredited, meaning that we are in the top percentage of business schools in the country, and we offer marketing, management, accounting, economics, and finance. And we also have a dedicated School of Social Work, along with a lot of local ties to organizations for students to earn their clinical hours. Our Honors College is for students who are looking for that added academic challenge once they get to college. We are looking for students with a high GPA and test score, and you must interview in order to get into the Honors College. And the Leavenworth Global Scholars Program is for students who are really interested in social justice, social awareness, etc. We have non-governmental organization status at Adelphi, so students do get to intern at the United Nations. And as it says, we do have more 4+1 programs for students to earn both their bachelor's and their master's. Bridges to Adelphi is a fee-based program for students who are on the spectrum of autism, where we provide social, vocational, and academic support. This is similar to our Learning Resource Program, which is also a fee-based program for language-based learning disabilities and ADHD. Our General Studies Learning Community is a 1-year program where we get back to the basics with effective study skills and effective learning skills. And for students who need certain accommodations or accessibility, we do have our Student Access Office, where we will meet those accommodations for you at no additional charge. For students interested in going to professional school to be a dentist, a lawyer, a doctor, etc., we do have these programs available where students will start out at Adelphi for 3 to 4 years and then go on to one of our partnering schools. At the bottom right-hand corner of the screen, you will see a QR code, so just be sure to open up the camera on your phone, hover over it, and you'll see a notification, and that will take you directly to our website, which will show all of our joint degree programs. These programs are early assurance, meaning that you must qualify coming out of high school, so you will need a certain GPA and test score in order to be eligible. But if you are accepted, you will receive one-on-one guidance to prepare you to attend one of these professional schools, and students are not limited to just these schools. So what makes Adelphi unique? We really make sure that students have hands-on learning. Outside of just learning things in a lecture class, we really want to make sure that our students have an opportunity to learn and experience the things that they are doing. We have over 80 clubs and organizations for students to choose from that range from intramural sports, community service, culture clubs, and more. And we have bunnies on campus, and we really do have bunnies. You can follow us at Bunnies at Adelphi on Instagram. This is our university center, one of the hubs of student life. Renovations have just completed. We have added more dining options and study rooms, as well as a fully franchised Starbucks. In order to apply, we accept both the Adelphi app and the Common Application. We have no preference, along with your college essay. We will need your official transcript sent directly from your school. We are test optional until 2023. But if you do choose to submit it, we do super score. And if you are interested in any of our early assurance programs for law, dental, medical, those programs do require a score, and we will need a recommendation letter. We are rolling admissions, but we do encourage students to have their applications completed by December 1st. And lastly, we do have automatic scholarship consideration. So as soon as students apply to Adelphi, we are sending you your scholarship information so you have everything up front. If you have any questions, please feel free to email us at admissions@adelphi and follow us on social media at ApplyAdelphi. And thank you for having me.
Thank you so much, Elena, for presenting on Adelphi tonight. All right, we are moving on to our sixth school. We're going to be learning more about Wilkes University.
Hi guys, give me 1 second. I'm just sharing my screen here. All right. Hi everyone, my name is Maureen Iskra. I am one of the admissions counselors at Wilkes. So I'm going to tell you a little bit, obviously, about the university. We are a private university located in northeastern Pennsylvania in a city called Wilkes-Barre. We have 2,200 undergraduate students and about 2,000 graduate students from 31 states and 15 countries. Our average class size is about 21 with a 12-to-1 faculty student ratio. We have about a 50-50 male to female ratio and 46 different majors throughout 6 different schools. So a really nice mix of professional, liberal arts and science, business, education, and pre-professional programs. One of the wonderful things that we pride ourselves on is that 100% of students will participate in some sort of research, internship, co-op. Like I mentioned, we do research because we are a research institution. And that's definitely something, like I said, that we pride ourselves on. As I mentioned, we are located in a city called Wilkes-Barre. It's in northeastern Pennsylvania. Although campus is small with about 2,200 undergrad, we are located in a city of about 40,000. So it's by no means, New York City or Philadelphia, but it's also not middle of nowhere, Pennsylvania. So it's a nice little mix. We definitely have outdoor type things, kind of sense of adventure, hiking, biking, fishing, kayaking, things like that. But you could also walk downtown and go to the FM Kirby Center, go to the movies, go bowling, go to a restaurant, the farmer's market. So there's a lot of things that you can do for all of your different, activities, things that you like to do. We also are home to the New York Yankees AAA team, the Rail Riders, and the Scranton Wilkes-Barre Penguins. So that's the Pittsburgh Penguins farm team. So both of those venues are about 10, 20 minutes from campus, depending on which one. So there's lots to do, not only in the campus, but in the area as well. So you are guaranteed housing all 4 years at Wilkes University. We have 2 residence halls that are specifically dedicated to our honors students. They are beautiful mansions on campus. So that's one thing that makes us unique, is that for our freshmen, we do have mansions on campus. So when can you ever say you lived in a mansion? So that's pretty cool. They have fireplaces, stained glass windows, chandeliers, crown molding, like really unique features. We also have traditional style as well as suite style. So that's 2 rooms joined by a Jack and Jill bathroom. And then we have a beautiful 14-story apartment building for our upperclassmen. And it has your own apartment with views, a balcony. All of the apartments have a balcony with either a view of the valley and the river or the city. So you also could move off campus your junior and senior year if you wanted to. And we do allow freshmen to have cars on campus. In terms of student life, we have over 80 clubs and organizations. We have ones that are related to academics, clubs, fitness, faith, culture and diversity, leadership, adventure. One of our most popular clubs is the Wilkes Adventure Education, also known as WAY. They do a lot of outdoor adventure type things, obviously as in the name. But they also build leadership skills. There is a designated person in this that runs this program, and they not only have you go out and do these really exciting things, they help you build, they incorporate leadership, culture, diversity, self-knowledge, all of that into it. So it's really, really cool. And it's one of our most popular clubs on campus. We also are a Division III sports team. We have 23 NCAA teams. We have men's, of course, and women's. One thing that's unique that we have is ice hockey, and both men and women. Now, in terms of the admissions process, we are test optional, number one. I just want to mention that for fall of 22. And we are on the Common App, as well as you can do just wilkes.edu/apply, whichever, we don't care. We don't prefer one over the other. And the application fee is waived for fall of 22 as well. All we need is your high school transcripts sent directly from guidance. If you have an essay and letters of recommendation, you can submit those as well. If you are interested in our guaranteed seat pharmacy program, we do require 3 professional letters of recommendation, a pharmacy specific essay, and then you may also be invited on campus for a guaranteed seat interview. Our performing arts also has audition process as well. And then I do like to mention that our nursing, which is one of our most popular programs, is a direct admit program as well. To sum it up, we have academic scholarships ranging from 25 up to 25,000 for our freshmen. And we also have a $2,000 Hometown Advantage Award for students that live in Luzerne, Lackawanna, and Schuylkill County, and a Lehigh Valley Loyalty Award. So if you are interested in visiting, there's that. I'll put it in the chat. Thank you all.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Maureen, for presenting on Wilkes University. We have reached the end of our formal 6x6 time, but we still have a couple minutes together. Want to make sure that everyone has time to get information into the chat and for our attendees to copy what they need so they can follow up after today. So we're going to do one live Q&A question together. So I'd love to invite everybody to come back on screen. We're going to go in the exact same order that you presented. So we're going to start with Keystone, work our way to Wilkes. When the person ahead of you finishes, just feel free to turn on your microphone and answer away. I won't call on you in between during this section. So I'd love to hear from each of you a piece of advice that you would give someone going through the college search process. You, as admissions professionals, definitely have some top tips for everybody. So we will get started with Keystone, starting us off first. Thanks, Haley.
All right. I think a good piece of advice would definitely be go visit all of the colleges that you're looking at. You're not going to know if a college is a good fit for you if you don't step foot on their campus. So definitely take a tour of campus. If you can even sit in on a class, I would definitely recommend doing that. Get a deeper feel of the college. Don't just take a tour of campus and that's it. Try to see if you can follow a student around. We do that on campus, and I think a lot of prospective students do appreciate that. So I would definitely recommend a more deeper search.
Yeah, kind of along those lines, get as much information as you can, especially when you have these admission counselors, ask them all the questions that are possible. Also, see if there's any sort of way that you can get involved in any sort of like student panels. I know some schools hold at open houses, like a student panel where you're hearing from the students themselves. Along, Haley's line, if you do go visit, ask the tour guide, normally a current student, what's their experience like. Really just get all the information that you can. Not just, what you read online, but also from the sources themselves.
Hi. So, my number one piece of advice is to communicate throughout the process. We all shared our email addresses today, and every admissions website for colleges should have contact information for at least the office, if not every counselor. And I usually hate this word, but feel entitled to information. Like, whatever you can ask, schools should be transparent enough to let you know. And I mean, as a first generation college student, number one on my list that I didn't ask about was financial aid. So get down and dirty about financial aid, ask any question you have, and just see what schools can do to be helpful for you.
Love it. This is all fantastic advice. I would just say to keep your options open. Don't narrow down your list of potential schools before you even start your college search. Be open to new experiences because you never know where you will find your dream school.
Hi, everyone. I hope you can hear me. I've been having some connection issues. Okay, perfect. So yes, I would agree with what Chelsea said. Definitely be open to the process. It's okay to change your mind. And a big one is to please have a professional email address that is not linked to your school email address. So it could be your name, the year you were born at, Gmail, and do not use your school email because you will lose access after you graduate.
So my advice is to go and visit, as mentioned, as many schools as you can, public, private, suburban, urban, country, large, small, state, big state, small private, large private, like all different types of in-state, out-of-state, like all different kinds, and then narrow down from there where you would like to apply. And then my personal belief is to visit a school after you've been accepted. You'd get a different type of feeling when you're walking on campus and you've been accepted and you know that this is someplace that you actually could spend the next 4 years. I've heard it so many times from students who visit multiple times, multiple places, and they get a different feeling when they're like, oh, I have this acceptance letter in hand and maybe like this could be my home for the next 4 years. Whereas when they visit before, it's kind of like not real. So go visit the schools after you get accepted before you make your decision.
These are all such great tips. I just want to, echo that. I hope a part of tonight's presentation, all the sessions you're watching, is just showing you that these mission counselors are real people who love what they do. They want to be a resource and they're approachable. It can seem like they're far away and scary reading applications, but really their job is so much more than that. And it's also important to remember that, students, you're looking for your fit too, and the place that's going to be the right experience. So I hope that this is encouraging you to follow up after today, because 6 minutes cannot tell you enough about all these programs and the amazing opportunities that are available. To all of our admissions representatives, thank you for being here. Thank you for sharing not just those facts and figures, but just your passion for your work and the excitement you have for all of your students' opportunities, both in and out of the classroom in your campus communities. For everyone who's watching, whether it was live or you are watching the recording, we hope this is really helpful for you. Now, when you close your window, there's going to be a link to a very quick 5-question survey. We would appreciate any feedback that you have to provide. I promise students, really, it's quick and fast. Just remember too that there is a lot more programming coming up for Pennsylvania students. We hope that you will join us for more sessions. You can head to the website where you registered for this one, strivescan.com/Pennsylvania, to check out the schedule and register for more presentations. Also know that at that same website in the coming days, all of the session recordings will be posted there. So you can watch it again, learn about other schools, or share this with family and friends. Thanks again, everyone, for taking time out of your day to be with us, and best wishes, students and families, in the college search and decision process. I know it can get overwhelming, but it is a really fun and exciting journey ahead for you. Thanks again, everyone. Bye.